What is the single most important problem facing Columbus right now, and what would you do to solve it?
The single most important problem to me in Columbus is neighborhood deterioration, and that means a whole list of things from crime, concentration of poverty, homelessness, and hunger for our kids. When we're able to invest properly in our neighborhoods, from the hilltop to the Linden to the far east side, even the Franklin, Marion Franklin, we're able to alleviate a lot of the poverty that we have there, fix up the houses so we put homeless in it, and ensure that our kids aren't going hungry, as well as expand opportunities for small businesses in those neglected neighborhoods that are actually running the city, that put a lot in the city, including the new Americans that have a lot of stake in the local economy. So I feel like neighborhood investment is the best thing we can do to ensure that each neighborhood extends to the equal prosperity that the city has to offer.
Do you support the use of body cameras on police, and how do you think they should be funded?
Well, I wouldn't fund it because I am not in support of body cameras. I feel like we want to install body cameras now for obvious reasons of we want to keep people and police officers accountable. And then 10 years from now, we're in constant court battles about privacy and also finding ways to find money to be able to keep and store all that data. So I feel like it's not forward thinking, and it's not a route that we want to go to at all. What I would do rather is diversify our police force, make sure that they have sensitivity and shoot to harm and not shoot to kill protocols, to where we're able to have an effective a police force. Our police force is now, I believe, one of the best, and we can make it better, but not by just having more evidence on what they do rather than keeping them accountable in the truest sense.
How do you plan to ensure integrity in the office of Columbus City Council?
By installing more ethical laws. And feel like the Council President Ginther was right in response to all the scandals that have gone out from City Council, to be able to install all these new regulations and ethics laws that he has for City Hall. And I feel like we have to be able to enforce that and not just have it on paper, as well as expand that whenever we feel necessary. We shouldn't be a responsive city, but rather a proactive city. And when City Hall is not doing its job, that means they've gotten too comfortable. And so what I want to be able to do is make sure that the current laws that we already have are enforceable to every member, from the city council member to people in the mayor's office to the lobbyists that we have, making sure that people are not going behind that line and making sure that it is punishable. So when people see laws being taken seriously, they're more able to understand that it's there for a reason, and that's how we're going to tackle that.
What would you do to encourage growth and development, and what specific area of Columbus would you focus your attention?
The single most growth potential that we have is our small businesses. They are the risk takers and job creators in the city. They're the backbone, if not just country, but the state and the county. And we have to be able to make sure that in the neglected neighborhoods that we have, that I would focus on, outside of the downtown area, that those small businesses have the opportunities that they need to be able to expand. Because if you're going to be a risk taker, the least we can do is meet you halfway. And if you're going to be a job creator, the least we can do is make sure that you have the resources that you need in order to continue to do what you're doing. And so I want to be able to make sure that the neighborhoods are safe, and that workforce development happens, so people are able to learn the skills that they need, and their jobs are closer to home than rather in the outside of the 270 belt. So just focusing on the neglected neighborhoods and making sure we expand small business opportunities, as I feel our pathway to growth. City of Columbus. My name is Ibrihima Sow, last name SOW, a candidate for Columbus City Council. I'm a candidate because I want to be able to expand opportunities for all the neighborhoods in our city. And when we have people like Sambajan from the Far East Side and Abuhar, two new Americans that were recently killed in the city, it is a testament that our city has a lot of challenges, from crime, from poverty. One in three of our families live in poverty. 1 in 7 of our kids are going hungry. And when our small businesses are suffering, that means we have a lot of challenges. And my platform is neighborhood investment and resource access. I want to be able to make this city work for the people that pay for it. And I ask for your vote this November to be able to do just that. Because when we are only as strong as a city, if neighborhoods are as strong with their houses, with their small businesses, and when people feel safe. And I want to be able to make this city livable for everyone.